Hello, people. All right, I want to make this video that by saying marriage is like a minefield in 2023, right? It's like a minefield. You don't even know what to expect, right? Asking these women, proposing to these women, you don't know what the true intention are. You know, if men are all mind readers, right? And we can read their minds, yeah, okay. If you have that capability of reading the girl's mind and know the true intention, right? It's easier to pick out which one you want to marry, right? But these days, women, I'm not saying all of them, but I'm saying the majority of them are very deceitful, right? Because of this clause, this rule of no fault divorces, they understand. They're not, look, women are stupid, right? They're not stupid. They just make bad choices, right? So because you make bad choices, but they're not stupid, right? They're not stupid. They have an intention, all right? They understand that the law is in their hands, and they have an intention, like everybody else, like you and me. We have our intention, so you can't blame women for having their intention, right? But unfortunately, their intention is the wrong intention. Their intention is not to look for a man to make them happy, right? In most marriages, they just look for a man just because they want to get married. It's not because they want to be wives, right? Most of them don't want to be wives. They don't want to get married to post it on social media for their attentions. Their attention, they love the attention, right? When they get married, right? That's just a primal opportunity to brag, right? That they got a man, and then when they're not happy with that marriage again, they just cut him loose, divorce a guy, destroy a guy's life, take everything, take everything he have, right? So that's why I'm saying, just because you don't know what yourself getting into, it is a minefield. You don't know what women's real intention are, right? And then when you date them for so long, they get mad at you for not putting a ring on their finger, right? You have to date a long time. Date long, all right? You have to date long in order to know what their intentions are. How much are they willing to put up with you, right? If you just meet a girl and just suddenly get married with her, that's not even enough time to distinguish her. There's not enough time to know her true personality, right? You see all these publications with all these celebrities. Oh, I'm dating this person for this X amount of days and years. I think I'm gonna marry her. Next thing you know, they promote all their marriage on supermarket tabloids, and next thing you know, they divorce a few months later, file annulment, right? That's why marriage is such a minefield, all right? They will destroy your life. Not only that, you don't know whether she's gonna take you to the bank or not, right? So it's impossible to tell what you get yourself into. It's a raw deal for men. They're gonna lose their child support. They're gonna lose a kid. They put on child support. Lose 50% of their revenues, 50% of possessions. Right? It's not a good deal for men. Right? Especially westernized Western weddings. Right? Look, if the law was under the man's hand, right, was favorite man, yeah, promote it because there's nothing wrong with that. But unfortunately, it's not. Not only that, I don't believe marriage should be under the government at all. I don't think government are in the position to marry. I mean, when you look at marriage, it's basically a business contract, right? It's a business contract. To be honest, if you can sign a contract, if you can deal with the government, it's basically a business contract. But for me, if I'm gonna marry somebody, I'm not gonna sign a contract. It's between me and God, me and the Lord. That's it. And she had to be that person. If I choose to marry, she had to accept that if we ever get married, that we are not married to the state. We're not getting married. We're not getting a conventional marriage license. We don't need a license just to get married to say that we love each other. When you love each other and get married in the holy matrimony with the Lord, that's it. I'm not signing no. We're just gonna walk the altar and that's it. We're not gonna sign no business agreement, no contract. I'm not signing no contract if I get married. No, and she had to understand that. If she want to be with me for the rest of my life, we're not signing a contract, right? For what comes with the business? What comes with that contract, with the state contract, right? It comes with benefit like health care, finance, right? Tax breaks, tax brackets, right? It comes with all that stuff that benefits women, right? It's basically a business contract, a marriage license, right? When you're married to the government. If that's the case, If it's a business contract, then she know it's all business. It's not for love at all. They're not doing it for love. They do it to get a incentive out of it, right? If I were to marry a person, we're not signing no contract. We're just only making our vows to the Lord, and that's it. And we'll live together, but we're not signing no contract over it. If she don't like that, there's the door. She don't have to marry me. Kick. Then show her at the door, man. Don't be scared. There's plenty of women out there, right? Don't be afraid to break up with a woman, because there's plenty of them out there. Plenty of them waiting to get married, right? I think there was a statistic out there that was done in 2019 that women from the age of 25 to 40 will be like 50% of them will be single, right? Not 50, or more than 50% will be single. Don't get me wrong, correct me on that, right? I'm not sure what the statistic from, but I'll probably find it somewhere. But anyway, yeah, they can be single, so dude, you don't have to rush into marriage. Guys don't have to rush into marriage, alright? With that kind of statistics, it tells you there's something wrong with society, especially in the group of women that's not getting married. I mean, if you're not married by 25, if you're not married as a woman, if not getting hitched by 25, that's like it's a red flag to men, right? Because if you're a good catch, you already been married already. Somebody already been proposed. I mean, somebody proposed to you already, right? And then if you take chances with these women, this red flag, it's another minefield. Not only that, it's 2023. It's an LGBT community. When you find these women out there, you don't know whether men or women, right? Remember, we can't define what a woman is if we're not scientists, if we're not biologists, right? So there are men out there who's getting bamboozled, getting confused, right? Disguising themselves, masquerading as women. Then another man come over and propose to them. Next thing you know, finding out. I don't want to take that chances. 2023, where men could be identified as women, I'm not taking that chances. F that, man. Right? I'll probably come with a video on how to distinguish a man from a woman. Alright? If you can't distinguish a man from a woman, I have no hope for you. If you are a man who can't distinguish a real man from a real woman, I can't help you, man. Like, look, you got to take certain factors, right? You look at the person's hand, right? Men have different hands than women, right? Regardless if they're sissies or not, regardless if they're whatever it is, right? They have different hands than women, right? You look at the hands, look at the hand structures, right? There's a difference between women's hand and men's hand, right? Not only that, there's sounds, there's vocal sounds. I know what some guys could train themselves to change the sound of their voices, but for some reason there's still some distinguished within the sound of a man, right? Men have that humming sound from their vocal cord, right? Not only that, look at the Adam apple. You have to look at that, because men have Adam apple, right? Look at that. Not only that, you look at the hip structures, right? The men have like either a certain body shapes, right? Men don't look at the pelvic hips, right? Women have a wider pelvic hips than men, right? This is why men hips, the way to distinguish a man is from their hips, because men don't have those pelvic hips that they give them curves, all right? But it's 2023. There are surgeries that men can do that, but you gotta look for it. You have to have a discerning eye, right? Look at the figures. Look at the way they talk. Look at facial features, right? Look at all these features. You have to be a master. What? I don't know what you call it, but you have to look at all these features to distinguish what a man from a woman, right? So because of that, it's a minefield, bro. You don't even know what you get yourself into, because they're mixed. They got these trans people mixing with the women population, and you don't want to be tricked by these trans, right? If you're a heterosexual male, you don't want to be tricked. That's why marriage is such a minefield right now, because you don't know what mine you can step on, right? Bad attitudes, that's one of them. That's a minefield. You don't know what you can step on. She might have a bad attitude, will not listen to you, right? Combative, right? It's a raw deal, 2023 marriage. And because they're adding this element of the trans community and this liberal mindset, right, is not enticing to men to marry. That's why the marriage population, the marriage rate is going down. Right, the marriage rate. That's why we have David's Bridal going out of business. What K Jeweler, Zelles, these diamond rings, these engagement ring companies are going out of business because men are not proposing anymore. Right, men are just flat out refusing to commit. Right, because all these variables, all these factors play a role to it. But yeah, so these are some of the things that made me say that is a minefield out there in 2023 when it comes to marriage. But let me know you agree. If I missed something, leave it in the comment. Share with people so they can learn too, right? Not just me, because I'm still learning from people, like every one of you are, right? If you have any valuable information, leave in the comment below. Like, share, and subscribe, and I'll come back with another video. Peace.